All right, hi. I'm going to begin. I'm Shannon Bush, and I'm going to begin with my patient interaction portion. Then I'll go through my two binaries afterwards. Okay, so hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Bush. I'm happy to have you come into the office with us today. I've been informed that you've booked in this initial visit because you have had migraines. And for this, I'll be performing case history along with patient examination to kind of fully understand and diagnose your migraine problem. I'll also be performing specialized chiropractic examination to better understand your overall wellness and health. This exam will include x-rays, and that way I can get a solid understanding of what we can see, okay? So let me start with the history. So now, can you tell me when this pain first started to bother you?
I've had migraines most of my life, but it's gotten worse recently.
Recently, okay. And is there anything that makes the pain better or worse?
Any activity aggravates it, but resting with ice on my forehead really soothes it.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, what level is your pain, and can you describe in your own words the pain?
Pain is about a 5, and it's just there's a pain in my upper right area of my forehead.
Like temporal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does the pain radiate from this site anywhere to anywhere else?
No, it's just in my head.
Okay. Can you specifically show me?
Right
if
here.
possible? Awesome. Upper right, okay, temporal. Thank you. And lastly, is it more painful or less painful at a specific time?
More painful throughout the day when doing activities.
Okay. Thank you for this information. That concludes our history portion. Now we're going to do x-rays, okay? So we break and do x-rays. Now we'll do the patient exam along with, okay, just kidding. Now that the exams, because I just did that, now that the exams are done, we can go over the report of findings. But before this, I'll have to explain to you 3 types of care that you can have, okay? So you can have corrective care, which is me looking for the problem and basically, oh wait, that's condition-based care, right? It's for me looking for the problem, and the goal is symptom relief, but not total correction of the problem. Then we have corrective care, which is to fix the problem, not just chasing the symptoms of the pain. And this is to ensure that the pain doesn't come back by correcting the problem completely. But lastly, we have wellness type of care, which is where we're just kind of doing a body maintenance and more of a preventative type of care to kind of prevent problems from happening further. And you can kind of think of these as stages as we talk about your report of findings. Because in the end, I definitely want to get you to wellness care. But we might have to start with a condition, graduate to corrective, graduate to wellness. To start with your initial complaint, which is migraines, after performing the case history, you said it started, how long ago were your migraines that you said?
I've pretty much had it my whole life.
That's right, your whole life. But worse than your...
Recently.
Okay. From the physical examination that we were performing, we saw that you did have an inability to perform ranges of motion. Do you have a migraine right now?
Slight, yes.
Slight, okay, so that could be potentially hindering the range of motions. All right, so neurologically and orthopedic tests also confirm that the problem is in your upper cervical region. Now that we perform the specific chiropractic examination by accessing your vertebral complexes, I'm just going to go through the different types. So for the spinal kinesiopathology, we performed to test your range of motion, and it did come back that you have limitations, especially on this right side in the upper cervical region. And then that's where you show decreases ranges of motion, so that's kind of congruent with what you've been describing. With your neuropathology exam, we have the graph here showing that your abnormal changes in your nerve function we can see in your upper cervical region as well, and those are caused by subluxations limiting the nervous system. And it could potentially be causing the pain that you're feeling. Any kind of lockup or subluxation in the area can definitely lead to pain, which can radiate. For your myopathy exam we performed, you had the tight muscle spasm, because that's basically seeing how your muscle tone can affect your subluxation. So you did have a little bit of a tight tone issue here in your upper cervical, which to me is congruent with the fact that you have migraines on that right side. When you do have migraines, is it predominantly on the right side?
Yes.
Okay. So that makes sense with the testing. So here we see the results for the histopathology exam. You're coming at, fairly young age. So you're luckily we're not seeing any kind of disc degeneration in your cervical spine, or your cervical curve is still relatively, curved. So you're not losing that. You don't have military neck or anything like that. So that's always a plus. But if your person, such as yourself, leaves with the subluxation not corrected, then disc degeneration can happen or loss of that cervical curve. So it's a good thing that we're here addressing that problem. And that could be where preventative care comes in. So even though we're going to address the migraines, we can kind of graduate into preventative care to keep those discs and everything kind of flowing how it is. We wouldn't want the migraines to kind of counteract that. So it's a good thing you came here. Lastly, we took x-rays to assess the pathophysiology in the form of the spine degeneration. Again, you coming here at such a good time in your life also helps. Number one, makes you a great candidate for chiropractic care, and also ensures that you can address these problems early, and we can kind of prevent some of these disc degenerations or loss of C-curve from happening. So it's also a very good thing that you're here. So, because by being under consistent chiropractic care, we will always keep you subluxation free. Is this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'd like to ask you now a few questions and concerns with everything that we've gone over about what I've mentioned. Any questions, concerns?
No questions about the finding. Just wondering how long this will take to fix.
Okay. Well, each case in person is so different. So for you and these migraines, I'm going to recommend you starting off, because like I said, we're starting with corrective condition care. So it's going to be 3 times a week for 4 weeks so that you can get back to normal as quickly as possible. Then I'm going to have you graduate to 2 times a week for 6 weeks. That we can kind of keep you on a nice track there to kind of see how well the adjustments can hold. Okay. We do have office hours for new patients, and those are going to be Tuesdays from 9 to 1, Tuesdays from 10 to 1, and then 3 to 7, and then Wednesdays 10 to 3, Thursdays 10 to 1, 3 to 7, Mondays 10 to 3, Fridays we're closed. So that's for new patients. After this first session, you may, of course, come as many times as you want for that week. So if you have 3 times a visit, you'll be able to come 3 times during that week, and so on and so forth for the first 4 weeks. Then after that, you'll come 2 times a week, anytime, any days you want for the next 6 weeks, okay? Then how does that sound?
That sounds great.
All right. Now, I'd like to briefly explain to you our attendance policy. So if there are any emergencies that make you unable to attend your appointment, we wish for you to update us at least 12 hours before your appointment, okay? We understand that emergencies happen, and we don't make you afraid to cancel, but we just don't want to be completely inconvenienced or have you wasting time or something like that. So definitely call us and let us know if something is going to come up. And if you don't, we will have to charge you a $20 cancellation fee if you're out of the window of 12 hours. Okay?
That sounds fair.
Does that sound fair? All right, awesome. Now, I know that our CAs have informed me that this is a cash-only practice, so let's just make sure you fully understand what that means. Your insurance company will be more than happy to provide all the information needed to make a claim if you wish to go that route, but once the payment for that appointment has been received, we won't be able to process any insurance claims for you. So that's done privately since it's cash. So if you do want to come to me, you'll have to document that, process it with them, and that'll be all in that window or the avenue of the business. But for payment and adjustment, every single adjustment is $40. And I only have 2 options. So you can either pay in full or you can pay bi-monthly. So if you pay in full, I'll just charge you basically for the whole care plan itself. So I'll add up 3 times a week. And then I'll actually discount that against you since you're paying in full, because it's going to be a 12-month care plan. So I won't just have you $40 3 times for 4 weeks. I discount that rate so that it's not adding up to exactly $40 each visit. And then I'll also do, if you pay by monthly, I'll just give you that one lump sum fee that you can just pay every month and put your card on file, and we'll just charge you. But to me, in our office, the most popular decision is the paid in full option because people really like that savings. But we do have plenty of patients that pay monthly. Either way, the least option in our office is paying per visit, because if you pay $40 per visit, it's going to cost you way more to pay me $40 3 times a week for 4 weeks versus just paying me a lump sum, for example, $140. So definitely, I recommend as a doctor to pick one of those paid in full options or monthly options. Now that I've explained everything, I'll present you with this patient agreement covering everything we've covered. And if you agree with everything, once you read over everything, then you'll just need your signature.
All right.
Awesome. Awesome. I look forward to serving you. Now we'll get you to the front desk and get you scheduled, and let's look forward to getting your health back on track.
Awesome, thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so that is that portion of this assignment. Now I'm going to go to my first binder, which is my research binder. I have several tabs in here. My first tab is going to be my vertebral stabilization tab. My second tab is my wellness development. Third is going to be subluxation condition care. My fourth is going to be chiropractic spinal. Yes. Fifth is going to be functional neurology and chiropractic. My sixth tab is going to be functional neurology and chiropractic. Oh yeah, sorry. Current mechanism systems. That's my sixth tab. And then I have bad medicine as another tab. And then I also have new vitalistic system. And then I also have other research. And my research tab is the question mark next to is pediatrics. I just want to kind of go into the benefits of babies as early as 3 weeks or maybe earlier than a week out of the womb benefit from chiropractic care. I get that question a lot, so I wanted to definitely dive into that. And then my second binder, which is my office management binder, it just has pre-visit, visit one. God, this is too much for my hands. Visit one. I have healthcare class, I have reported findings, and I have my progressive exam. So those are all in here. And those are my 2 binders. And I look forward to filling those up with more information. That's awesome. That's it.